Thank you for watching this informational video about the Amazon crisis.
First, we will be talking about the Amazon rainforest and where it is located.
So first of all, what is the Amazon rainforest? The Amazon basin is 2.7 million square miles, and 2.1 million square miles of it is rainforest. This size is almost as large as the 48 contiguous states. It goes through several South American countries such as Brazil, Peru, Ecuador, and Bolivia. 40% of the world's rainforest is in the Amazon rainforest. It also produces 20% of the world's oxygen and 2/3 of the world's fresh water.
Next, we will be introducing the climate of the Amazon rainforest.
Now that you know some facts about the Amazon, what's it like to live there? So first of all, the Amazon rainforest gets about 100 inches or 200 centimeters of rain every year. It rains about 90 days per year. The average temperature is 20 to 34 degrees Celsius. It receives some of the most sunlight on Earth because it is very close to the equator. The top layer or canopy receives most of the sunlight, while the ground layer barely gets any. The average humidity there is between 77 and 88%. The air and climate are both very, very warm.
We will now introduce the different types of food chains and food webs in the Amazon rainforest.
The Amazon rainforest is one of the most biodiverse areas in the world. On your screen here is an example of a food web, which is small in comparison to the many animals and species. In this food web, the primary producers are nuts, fruits, leaves, bamboo, bananas, coconut trees, and phytoplankton. The primary consumers are insects, worms, fruit bats, snails, lizards, monkeys, chimpanzees, macaws, parrots, agoutis, birds, squirrels, and river insects. The secondary consumers are piranhas, frogs, and fish, while the tertiary consumers are bush dogs, tigers, alligators, leopards, and anacondas. An example of a food chain you could draw out from one of these for this food web is that phytoplankton are eaten by river insects, which are eaten by frogs, which are eaten by anacondas. Next, you'll learn about why the Amazon rainforest is in danger.
We will now introduce the main threat that harms the Amazon rainforest. The threat. Today, we know that the Amazon rainforest contains a majority of the world's plants, animals, freshwater fish, and insect species. But rainforests like the Amazon rainforest are disappearing rapidly. Wood from the tropical rainforest is sold for construction throughout the world, and crops like soya are grown on the cleared land. Currently, logging is the rainforest's greatest threat. The Amazon rainforest has already lost an area equal to Belgium. Agricultural land conversion, including the cultivation of crops, grazing of cattle, and fire, have started the process of deforestation. This threat is very big since it causes the habitat loss of many species in the rainforest, and it may cause many species to go extinct if we continue to illegally log the Amazon rainforest. We will now talk about how deforestation has affected climate change. Currently, the Amazon contains a huge amount of carbon stored up in the trees and is responsible for a lot of the oxygen we breathe. Deforestation will release this carbon dioxide in the air and further add to the greenhouse effect, which further increases climate change. Rainforests transform the sun's energy into water vapor and generate clouds and rain. When the Amazon rainforests are lost, less water will be released into the atmosphere, and therefore it will harm us too. We will now talk about why people attempt to log the Amazon rainforest in the first place. Why do we log in the first place? Logging corporations aren't logging just for the fun of it. They have to supply us, the human race, with a variety of consumer goods because that's how they make a living. Logging goes to consumer goods like toothpaste, chocolate, paper products, animal foods, structural building material, and more. This diagram shows many of the goods we get from logging today, but there are always other methods to obtaining these goods too. Next, we will propose solutions and other methods to get goods like these. We will now introduce our proposal that can be an alternative to logging.
Okay, so the solution for this problem is that since the large logging corporations are the ones responsible for the cataclysmic deforestation of the Amazon, then they also have the responsibility to protect them. So what can be done? So because we know that we certainly can't live without the consumption of products like houses, furniture, chocolate, toothpaste, paper, etc., there must be alternatives for logging. Logging for structural building material and paper production are the major reasons of today's proliferating deforestation.
We will now talk about the several alternatives that we can use instead of paper.
Harvesting trees to make paper is extremely wasteful compared to more resourceful materials such as hemp and kenaf. As one can clearly see here, where's the mouth? Oh, 1 acre of hemp can produce as much paper as 4 to 10 acres of trees over a 20-year cycle. This is because hemp stalks only take 4 months to mature, whereas trees take 20 to 80 years. Oh, darn. Okay. Another better alternative resource is kenaf. Kenaf is much better because tests have shown that it is stronger, wider, less yellowing, capable of sharper photo reproduction, and more user-friendly due to better ink adherence.
Okay, here are the two alternatives for paper, kenaf and hemp. Kenaf is grown in India, Thailand, USA, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Indonesia, South Africa, and Malaysia. It is grown for its fiber, which can be used to make a lot of things, including rope, cloth, bedding, and paper. Back in 1960, the USDA surveyed over 500 plants and found kenaf to be the most promising source of tree-free newsprint. And still today, a lot of corporations are still unaware of this, and they could be making business off of kenaf. Next is hemp. It is related to marijuana, but isn't marijuana. It's just a mere relative. Industrial hemp refers to many types of cannabis plants that contain low levels of the psychoactive chemical THC and can be used to make a variety of products including textiles, plastics, fuel, and food. However, the Federal Controlled Substances Act categorizes any product that contains THC, including industrial hemp, as a Schedule I drug, which means it is illegal. And hemp is also grown for its fiber, which can be make paper. Yeah.
We will now introduce the two alternatives to structural logging.
Next is the alternative structural materials for lumber. Lumber may be replaced with other materials such as concrete, stone, or straw bale as structure components. However, Homosode is a much more resourceful, recyclable material that is chemical-free and can be used for many structural materials ranging from exterior structure board to interior paneling. Another alternative to lumber is gypsum board. Gypsum board, aka plasterboard, is commonly used to make interior walls and ceilings.
And these are the two alternatives, Homosode and gypsum board. Homosode is made from recycled paper, compressed in high temperatures and pressure, then glued together. Homosode is used for its strength, durability, and absorbency. Homosode is often used for model railroading because it has a noise-deadening characteristic, lightweight, and retention of form. And it also is very good against termites. The next is gypsum board, also known as drywall or Gibraltar board. Gypsum board is made from the mineral gypsum, which is currently being mined in more than 20 countries, the top 4 being China, Spain, and Iran. Gypsum board is usually preferred over Homosode because it's fire and mold resistant, unlike most wood foundations. Gypsum board can also be easily installed due to its lightweightness and is also very durable. Thanks for watching!